A very good morning to all of you, class 8. Welcome back to the English class. Today is the 2nd of June 2020 and we are reading the poem Geography Lesson. This is the second day of this reading this poem. The learning objective would be to understand and appreciate the poem. Okay, let us do a little revision of what we did yesterday. Yesterday, we learned a little bit about the poet Zulfikar Ghosh. He was born in Pakistan, Sialkot, which is now in Pakistan. Then he moved with his family to England and he graduated from Keele University. He is a well-known Pakistani American novelist, poet, and critic. And in 2004, he took US citizenship. This is what we know about the poet, and I told all of you to please write this short note about the poet, so I hope you have. Then I explained the stanza 1 and 2 yesterday, and I gave you few word meanings. The words which are underlined here, I gave you the word meaning of these words, and I also asked you to please make a note of these in your notebooks. In stanza 1, we read that the poet, after when the jet takes off, when the aeroplane takes off, and he looks down from 6 miles up in the sky, he understands that why the city, which looks so haphazard and so unplanned on the ground, developed the way it is. It has developed the way it is. And in stanza 2, we see that the poet has reached 10,000 feet, and he says that it was clear to him now why the countries and cities were close to river bodies, why they were close to source of river, and he noticed that the valleys were more populated than the mountains. He understood why the valleys were more populated, because land and water has always attracted man, and that became very clear to him. We also learn about the poetic device, a refrain, which is repetition of a line in a stanza to create a rhyming or a musical effect. Like in stanza 1, the first line, when the jet sprang into the sky, and when the jet sprang into the sky, it is repeated. Second stanza, when the jet reached 10,000 feet, and the last line again is when the jet reached 10,000 feet. This is a poetic device, refrain. So today I will explain third stanza, and we will discuss the working with the poem exercise. Stanza 3. When the jet rose 6 miles high, it was clear the earth was round and it had more sea than land. So in the third stanza, the poet narrates that when the jet rose 6 miles up in the sky, he understood that the shape of the earth was round and it has more water than land. We all know from geography that the earth has 70 to 71% water, right? And the remaining is land. So that is what the poet says, that from that height he could see that the earth has more water than land. But it was difficult to understand that the men on earth found causes to hate each other, to build walls across cities, and to kill from that height. It was not clear why. And the poet says that he understood all the logic behind the geography lesson. He understood all the logic behind why cities are built near water bodies, why the city has developed the way it is, and why the valleys are more populated. But he says that it was difficult to understand why men on earth found reasons to hate each other. Cause means reason to hate each other. They build walls and boundaries around them, and they fight and they kill each other. And the poet says, and from that height it was not clear why would men do this. Okay, so this is the poem, and let us discuss the working with the poem section. Glossary, these words are already explained. I've given you the word meaning. Find 3 or 4 phrases in stanza 1 and 2 which are likely to occur in a geography lesson. If you go back to stanza 1 and 2, scaled 6 inches to the mile. This is likely to occur in a geography lesson. Then valleys were populated. This is also very likely to occur in geography lesson. And land and water attracted man. So these are the 3 phrases which are very likely to occur in a geography lesson. Seen from the window of an aeroplane, the city appears as developed as necessary. Okay. Then number 3, which of the following statements are example of the logic of geography? The logic of geography. There are cities where there are rivers. Right? Correct. So option number 1, cities appears as they are not from 6 miles above the ground. So option 2 is not or will not be the logic of geography. And number 3, it is easy to understand why valleys are populated. Yes. The earth is round and it has more sea than land. Yes. So we have 3 options. Now children, I want all of you to please read the question, and if you find that there are more maybe there is more option, you can include that. Okay. Mention 2 things that are clear from the height. You will find this answer in the 3rd stanza. The shape of the earth is round and it has more water than land. That is clear, and that is clear from the height. And number 2, not clear from the height, is the reason why men hate each other and fight and kill each other. So this is not clear from the height. So this brings us to the end of the lesson. I hope all of you have understood, and if you have any doubt, any confusion, please do let me know. Thank you.